Hey, and what is up guys? It's Scion Life back here with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about why the Scion FR-S is a way better car than the Lexus LFA. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the video. Alright, so have you ever wondered why the Lexus LFA's production stopped in 2012 and the Scion FR-S's production started in 2013? Only a few people actually know that the Scion FR-S is actually the second generation of the LFA and is inherently better. Let me explain. Just think about it for a second. Go ahead and look at the styling of the LFA and compare it to the Scion FR-S. You can see the evolution there and how much better the Scion FR-S looks. You went from the crappy Yamaha V10 that was in the LFA to the beastly 2-liter FA20 that they went ahead and dropped into the FR-S. So it's pretty obvious there that there is an evolution there and that the Scion FR-S is actually the second generation of the Lexus LFA. Now, let me go into further detail about this. So in the 2012 Lexus LFA, Lexus and Toyota decided to drop in a very underpowered and horrible sounding Yamaha V10. Gross. It's basically a dirt bike engine. I mean, Yamaha makes dirt bikes and four-wheelers, and they decided that they could make a V10 for a quote-unquote supercar. You know, that's just an awful mindset, and it really shows that Toyota was in a really bad place in 2012. But they did get really smart in the year 2013. They dropped the terrible Yamaha V10. They dropped the crappy single clutch automatic gearbox, and they put in a beastly 2-liter FA20 flat 4 and a manual transmission into the Scion FR-S. So just think about it for a second. The LFA has a V10 and it barely breaks 500 horsepower. And whenever they dropped in the flat 4 into the Scion FR-S, it makes around 215 horsepower. So really, if you bored out the flat 4 into a flat 10, it would make over 600 horsepower compared to the V10 and the LFA. You know, it would obviously be a lot better. That's why the FA20 is a much better motor than the Yamaha V10. And in that same vein, everybody knows that automatic transmissions are slower than manual transmissions. It doesn't matter what automatic gearbox you put into a car, it is going to be inherently and significantly slower than a manual. Everybody knows this, every car guy knows this. You know, it's just really just common knowledge. And so whenever Toyota decided to put the manual transmission in the FR-S, it automatically made the car a lot better than the LFA because you could actually control the gears and it was much faster in shifting. And even with the FA20, the way it is right now as a flat 4, if you decide not to bore it out into a flat 10, I know it sounds tempting, but as a flat 4, this is pretty common knowledge. It's been done, you know, on nearly every FR-S. All you need is exhaust and a tune, and you can make 600 horsepower easily, which, you know, is way faster, obviously, than the LFA. And if you factor in the fact that the FR-S is 500 pounds lighter than the LFA weighs around 3,200 pounds, the FR-S weighs around 2,700 pounds. You know, this makes a car, even from the factory, if they're both stock, you know, the FR-S is going to lap around the track way faster than the LFA. It will lap the LFA. It will beat it on any circuit in the world. And, you know, this is just due to the fact that you have a manual transmission and the FA20 motor. It's really just the formula for success in this car. So now that we've established that the FR-S is inherently better than the LFA in every single way possible, you know, with the engine, with the transmission, with the platform, with the suspension, styling, you know, everything, the FR-S will run circles around the LFA. You know, we've said this, we've established this already. But I'm not just going to let you take my word for it. We can go ahead and look at the prices and what cars sell the most. So there are currently still brand new Lexus LFAs from the year 2012 that are still for sale at dealerships. This is because the car, the quote unquote supercar from Toyota, is so bad that nobody even wanted to buy it. They made a very limited number. I think it was around 500, and they couldn't even sell all of them. It's been what now, 9 years since this car went on the market, and they still can't even sell all of them. Now, if you go to your local Toyota lot, to your local Subaru lot, you can go there and look for a brand new FRS. And guess what? You're not going to be able to find it. This is because everybody knows that the FRS is a way better car and it sells like hotcakes because of it. This is why people option to get the FRS over the LFA. Some may say that the LFA and the FRS are in a bit different price ranges, with the LFA around $1 million, the FRS around $30,000, but I disagree. I think it's because people can see that the FRS is a way better car in every single way. And even though this is mostly due to the FRS being, obviously the best, the fastest car on earth, especially compared to the LFA doesn't even come close. But in general, Lexus it skews more towards old people, right? More old people will own Lexuses and more, younger, richer, car guys go and buy the Scions. This is really common knowledge here, and it's apparent in the platforms as well. Because the Lexus LFA is very quiet, it's very tame, it's not extremely fast, it's not extremely flashy in any way, it's just a really comfortable car to drive around in. But if you look at the Scion FR-S, it's absolutely built for speed, it's built for performance, it's built for the ultimate track day god. And that's really just what this car is, what the FA20 is. It is a godsend, it's a gift to man. The Scion FR-S is the best thing since sliced bread, and the Lexus LFA doesn't even come close. And now I'm just going to bring up one last point here, really just to drive what I'm saying home, that the Scion FR-S is a way better car than the Lexus LFA. But, I can talk about it all day long in this video, but I think that you should really go and do your own research. If you ever go onto TikTok, you go onto Instagram, but TikTok especially, how many Scion FRSs do you see? It's a lot, right? You see a lot of Scion FRSs. It's because a lot of people know what's up. They're very, smart. But you don't see a lot of Lexus LFAs. Some people may claim that that's due to the fact that, they didn't make a lot of Lexus LFAs. It's a collector car. People don't want to drive them for the value. That's crap. That's absolutely wrong. That is not right at all. The reason that you see the Scion FR-S on TikTok so much, why you see the Scion FR-S getting modified, at the track, drag racing, all that kind of good stuff, drifting, it's because the Scion FR-S is such a great car. People realize this, it's been posted all over social media, and more people are starting to realize this by the day. So, a little bit of a piece of advice to you guys before, I start to close out this video. If you ever have the choice between driving a Lexus LFA and a Scion FR-S, obviously you're going to pick the Scion FR-S 10 out of 10 times. It is just way better. The engine's better, the transmission's better, the suspension is better. It drives circles around the LFA. It's way cooler in the styling. Everybody wants a Scion FR-S. Nobody wants an LFA. It's why they're still sitting at dealerships with no miles on them. So I hope this video was able to help you understand, why Scions are superior in every single way to Lexus and how this is apparent in the FR-S compared to the LFA. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, and if you did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing and following along for more content like this. But for now, this is Scion Life, signing out.